Well, it has been a fairly productive and busy day. Today, I picked the peppers. There are still a few out in the garden, but this is the majority of them. I will probably be washing these up and then chopping them up to go in the freezer. That'll be the quickest method. Dehydrating would be good too, but I don't know if I'll really have the proper time to be able to do that between now and when I need to get them done. And there's quite a few of them. So I think freezing will be the best option for us. And I like to go ahead and chop them up so that when I'm ready to use them in a stir fry or a meal, I can just grab some of them that are pre-chopped and I don't have to worry about chopping. Just my personal preference. I also wanted to show this okra. This is what a typical okra looks like. And I've chopped up the okra that I harvested today. But the cool thing is this really weird looking okra that I found. Now, is that strange or what? That's just crazy. I've never seen an okra pod do that before. Should just be straight like this one, but it's like it split. Actually, it would have started from this end. So it's like it ran into something that caused it to split, and it just continued that growth on up to the pod. Let's see if, yeah, see the inside there isn't really divoted too much. It starts to divot, but anyway, very, very unique and unusual okra pod. Yep, so that was what I did in the garden today. I also harvested some of the red Bisbee cowpea, and so that's what I harvested today. It doesn't look like a whole lot, and it's not enough for a full meal, but that's more than what we had for several months put together in the summer when we were in the middle of, I guess it was a drought, in the middle of not much rain. So we're glad that the cowpeas are finally producing. And then I also cut some Johnson grass and some limbs outside the gate for the goats to have today. So that was something else that I worked on. And then taking care of this silly boy, Malachi. I'm so glad you're feeling better, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I got a few blisters left, but even those are looking better. Probably the ones that are still looking better on your feet, right, mister? Yeah, on your feet. Yeah, that's where the blisters are, on your feet. Yeah, you're the one that put the socks on. Mama didn't do that, huh? Yeah. They say letting the blisters and sores air out is good, but I think these are healed up enough to the point where him wearing socks isn't going to be a problem. And I've also been taking care of this cutie girl today. I think she scratched herself a little bit. Miss Gwendolyn. She just fell asleep. She was just crying less than a minute ago. She's already been fed and changed diaper, but she tends to get kind of fussy if she's not being held. Plus, she likes to eat a lot sometimes. And I've also taken care of the animals, although I do need to give the chickens some feed and get them in the coop. And just try to do general homesteading stuff. I had to restart the kefir because it had gone a little bit too far. So I did that this morning, and I used the cheese that it had made because it had been a few days since we changed it out. I took it and mixed it with some elderberry jam and made well, the closest thing I can compare it to is a flavored cream cheese like you would get at the store. And normally the jelly would be worked in a little bit better, but we didn't use this today because we had cinnamon toast instead of this on toast. But when we have toast, it will be a really good spread because it's got the flavor of the elderberry jam, but the creaminess and a little bit of tartness from the kefir cheese. And it's a very, very soft cheese. You can also harden or make harder cheese from the kefir. But I usually just do the soft cheese because that's quickest and easiest. And then yesterday, I did the second ferment for our kombucha. So that's what these bottles are, and then did another start of the kombucha. Mom had started it for us whenever she was here after Gwen was born, and then now yesterday I did the second ferment. It did go longer than planned. It was like 12 days when usually it's 7 to 10 days that's best to do. But, you know, life happens and you just kind of do the best you can. So it'll be exciting to see how this kombucha turns out. There is, what all do we have in there? There's nectarine, plums, strawberries, oh, and a little bit of apple juice. That's what I blended to mix with the kombucha itself. Let's see. I'm just trying to get the fruit down into the actual kombucha so it's not just sitting on the top. And as you see, we reuse jars. These are the kombucha jars that you get at Kooker. These are the sparkling lemonade jars, Grolsch bottles actually, that you can get at Big Lots. And here's an example of one. Look at that price, $3, and you get the drink, and then after it's done, you have a large size Grolsch bottle, which is cheaper than what you can even get them on Amazon empty. And this is a 25.4 ounce. So not a bad deal. Alright, so that was a little bit longer than I intended, but I just wanted to give you an update of what's been going on here the past couple of days. We are still waiting on our external hard drive to arrive and be hooked up to our computer so that we can start editing some videos for you to give a nicer format. But until then, we want to continue sharing. Thank you all for joining us at Kooker Gehoofd. Hope you'll have a blessed day, and we will see you next time.